Hey guys. So this past week, as I've been working on some of the songs for the album, I've come across this issue, which I guess has always sort of been an issue, but now that I am sitting down and editing these songs and recording everything, I'm really starting to notice it. The main problem, I find myself sort of constructing these songs. I'm doing them all in a very similar fashion, meaning without like spoiling the songs, if that's even something that you can do. Let's say, for example, I start a song slow and then it ramps up and then it dies off at one part and then it ramps up again and then it kind of ends in a sort of crescendoing sort of movement. I don't know, music terms or whatever. So the issue is that a lot of the songs, they don't necessarily sound the same, but the blueprint or like the skeleton of the songs are very, very similar. And that's a problem for me because I don't want to get into the habit of, oh, I have this one song that's working, I'm going to make every song sound like that. I think everybody has their own styles, and most musicians and artists tend to get into a groove that works for them and their style will come through. But when it comes to listening to like an album as a whole, I don't want it to feel like one big long song, at least not for this project. That would be interesting if it was more of a concept album, but this first one is not really that. So I'm trying to avoid having them all sound exactly the same. So yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that. It's not a major thing, but I am pretty much done with what's going to be probably the last song on the album. And I'm working on another song that's right in the middle of the album. And the sort of flow of the songs, they are very similar. And so I'm trying to avoid that. I think that they both sound good. I just think they need to stand out from each other. I don't want them to be too much alike. I don't know. This is probably just one of those things where it's mostly in my head and somebody on the outside listening in may not notice it, or they might see it the same exact way as me, where it's like, oh, well, it's good, but it's the same as this other one, or, stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out a compromise. I'm taking a day or two off from working on the album because I'm starting not to get burnt out, because I really, every time I sit down and I start working on it, I have a lot of fun, and you can call it ADHD, you can call it whatever you want, but I get locked in. As soon as I start working on a song, I'm not stopping until it's as done as I can get it, which has been great. I've been making a lot of progress the last couple weeks. I went from 5% done over the last 2 months to now over this past month, I've probably closer to halfway, if not further than that. So that's been really good. And it's exciting too. One of the things that I've done is, as I am working on these songs, I'm rendering a couple demos throughout, just so I can sort of listen back when I'm not in editing mode and I can hear it from a more objective point of view. And it's cool getting to the point where 75-80% of the songs have demos at this point, and I can listen to them in order of what I think they're going to be on the album. And so it's cool, after all these years, finally hearing what might end up being the first album. Anyway, I'm very excited about all the progress I'm making on it. I'm thinking that at this rate, I can have the album out within the next 6 months, probably sooner, but I don't want to give a date. I have a general deadline in my head. I just don't want to give that out in case I don't hit it, so that way I'm the only one that's disappointed and you guys are not as much. Speaking of disappointments, no, hold on, let me rephrase that. I wanted to ask you guys too, so it seems like this channel right now has mostly become a vlog channel, which is fine. It's not really how I envisioned it going when I started, but it's where we're at now, and that's cool. I wanted to get some feedback from you guys that are constantly watching. I know there's a good handful of you that you're watching pretty much the second the videos come out every Sunday. When do my videos come out? 9 a.m. every Sunday. Be there. There's a good bit of you guys that are watching consistently and giving me feedback and encouraging me and all this stuff, and I really, really appreciate that. So to all of you guys, or anybody else who is joining us now or later or in the future, to anybody watching, if there's anything that you want to see me talk about, let me know. If you have any questions, or let's say you really want to see my process of editing these songs, maybe we can do that as a video. It's a little bit harder to film those, mostly because, like I said, once I start working on a song, I have a lot of trouble stopping. And if I'm in a creative flow, I don't want to necessarily stop myself just to vlog it. I'll definitely try, because I think it would be interesting for other people like me that want to learn all this stuff and want to do all of this stuff, but don't really know where to start. To make a long story short, for anybody that's watching this video right now that doesn't know where to start, wherever you are right now, start there. And that's it. Just start and go. And you're gonna worry about how things look and how people interpret it. Just keep going. As long as you're doing it for yourself, then, you know, people that want to watch will watch, or the people that want to listen will listen. It's kind of meta. I'm mostly talking at myself right now. Anyway, yeah, the whole point of this video was I wanted to talk to you guys about how I'm worried that the album is just going to sound like the same song over and over. I don't know if it's really going to be that extreme, but trying to think of ways of how to avoid that. If you have any ideas, let me know. If you have any thoughts, or maybe your own experiences with something like this, maybe some kind of project you've worked on where it all started to blend together, let me know. It's good to have different perspectives. Other than that, I didn't even consider a song of the week for this video. America, Horse with No Name. How about that? I just listened to their greatest hits the other day. I recommend them. They're cool. Horse with No Name is a classic song. Not much to say on it. It's kind of a long-winded video today, but anyway, you guys get the point. Hopefully you guys had a good new year and a good holiday, and let's see what we can do with this year. I'm gonna go and cut. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.